So the history of Sharman's proper goes back about 3 years now. My wife's mother was staying with us, and she's a huge baker, and she'd sold some pies at farmers markets. And my friends got wind of this, and she began baking pies for them. And we thought, you know what, there isn't really a tapped market, so to speak, in the East End of Toronto for really good quality pies. So I went to pie school, essentially, with my mother-in-law, and she taught me all she knew. I added my preferences, my history, of course, living in England, what I grew up with in the pie world, so to speak, and boom, Sharman's Proper was born. As far as our selection of pies, we go across the gamut here. So you have your staples, your chicken pot pie, beef and veg, of course, and then we'll move over to chicken balti, my particular favorite. It is really born in England. It grew up in the football, the soccer stadiums across the country. And we have steak and kidney, which is, again, a bit of a staple for Brits in particular. And that one we say, you either love it or you hate it. The process of making a pie really is quite simple, but it is time consuming. So we'll cook all day long the insides, and that's fine. You can get a lot of pies out that way, but the true time consuming part is the assembly process, making the dough, and our pastry is so important to us. It has to be a certain type, it has to be flaky, it can't be too dense. So you have to make the dough, and then the assembly process, you make the bottoms, you fill the pie, you put the top, you crimp, which is a very rewarding experience, but it's certainly very time consuming. You know, when I grew up, pies were an everyday option if you wanted that. There's pie shops across England, you know, in every street corner it feels like. You go to Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, pies, they are their hot dogs. Their stores are everywhere. I think that the pie fan is underserved here in Canada. People think of pies, they think of chicken pot pie and beef and veg, great pies, but why limit yourself with that? There's no reason why your favorite meal can't be encased in a vessel of pastry. We want you to really have a pie experience, not just, you know, a way to fill your belly. It'll do that, of course, but I want you to come out of eating your pie thinking, man, I'm going back there and I'm buying a lot more pies.